better daily, where we work hard in our minds, bodies, and our spirits to become 1% better every single day. Download the app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.life to catch the video version of these podcasts. Here's your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What is up, Betterment family? Happy Monday. It is Mindset Monday, and I'm your host in Better Daily Live. My name is Alex Van Houten, and we are talking about playing the best game. I'm super excited today about today's mindset because this mindset is something that I have held near and dear to my heart for a long time, but it's also a very difficult one to articulate. So I'm going to give it a good shot here. So when I was a kid, probably about 7, my grandpa taught us to play poker. You know, we used pennies to bet and stuff. So it was pretty innocent. We had a good time playing it. Good morning, KT. Good to see you this morning. And when we played poker, you know, when I was a kid, we'd do, 7-card stud, 5-card draw. Good morning, Robin. And you deal the hand, and then you look, and then you'd see what you have. And, you know, he had to help because we didn't know what we were doing. So we were like, what do I have, Grandpa? And so he'd be like, all right, you want to take those 2 cards, you want to get rid of those. And then the dealer would deal some more. And so then you would have your hand. And the goal of poker, obviously, is to play with the table and bluff people into thinking you have a better hand that you do, or make them think that you don't have a great hand, but you do have a good hand, and then you win your pennies, right? And he would always say, you don't get to choose the cards. You just get to play the best game with the hand you've been dealt. And, you know, I didn't know what that meant. I was 7. But I did know that it meant the dealer gave you the cards, and they were random. You don't get an opportunity to choose what cards you play with. And when me and my sister would play poker without Grandpa, that's exactly what we did. We'd choose the cards we play. Wouldn't it be cool if you had a flush every time? Like, here you go. And wouldn't it be cool if you had a full house every time? And so I'm not a great poker player, but I do remember that lesson. And it's something that's carried with me until now, and it's something I hope to teach my boys well, not necessarily playing poker, but the idea that sometimes you're just playing the best game with the hand you've been dealt, or at least that's the best you can hope for. So I talk about this in exercise, right? So when I was a young trainer, I didn't know I had Ehlers-Danlos, but one of the things that would happen is people who needed to lose weight would come to me for help, and they'd say, have you ever been overweight? And, well, no, like, I haven't been overweight. But then I would go on to tell them, you know, look, I know I'm a trainer. I know I can do all these cool things. And you see a guy with a 6-pack who works out all the time, a young guy who works out all the time, and you wonder, how can this guy help me? But let me tell you about some of the injuries that I've faced and some of the obstacles I've had to overcome. Because at the end of the day, I didn't see any difference between what I was wrestling with and what they were wrestling with, except that it just looked different. Because sometimes you get dealt a crappy hand of cards. That's it. You get a crappy hand. Does that mean you throw your hand down and cry until the game is over? Like, well, no, it's not any fun. That's not how you play poker, even if you have a crappy hand. And you play the game, and everybody has fun doing it. And what I would tell those individuals is like, look, I can't tell you that I've been in your shoes. I don't know what it's like for my pants to be bigger than I think they need to be. But I do know what it's like not to want to work out today. And I do know what it's like to know that there's things I should eat that are helpful for my joints and help me feel good and help my digestive tract. And there's things that when I eat them, I don't feel good. And it's rough on my body. And I know what it's like to have to make a decision every day to play the best game with the hand you've been dealt. And so that's what I worked to teach my clients, was to help them navigate the health and fitness space, to play the best game with the hand they've been dealt. And now fast forward, I understand this at a genetic level, right? Because every single one of us, and you listening to the sound of my voice, you have a very particular genetic makeup. And you can think of it as the hand you've been dealt. Right? You might have a proclivity toward feeling pain more intensely than other people. Or maybe you have a proclivity for breaking down carbohydrates faster than other people. That's called having more amylase in your saliva, and that would actually make you more prone to collecting body fat given your carbohydrate intake. Maybe you're like me, and you are more prone from a genetic perspective to be hypermobile. Your skin's really stretchy, and your tendons and ligaments don't really do as much work as they should to keep your body held together. Maybe you have some issues from a mental health perspective and you're more prone to depression or you're more prone to anxiety. Here's the deal. Every single one of us has a hand we've been dealt from a genetic perspective. And I've often said from a Christian perspective that that's our cross to carry, our burden to bear. Jesus said in the New Testament that if any man wishes to be my disciple, he will deny himself, pick up his cross, and follow me. And I know that can mean many things to many people, but one of the things that means to me is that you, where you are right now, in order to make the best of your situation, need to accept the burden that you have, to pick it up, and to carry it. And it's not just from a genetic perspective. It could also be your work. You have a hand of cards you've been dealt. Maybe you've inherited a family business that's really difficult to run. And here you are, making it happen. It's not easy, but you're doing it. And you're playing the best game with the hand you've been dealt. I know there's a lot of people in the world right now looking at the way things are going, with COVID regulations and inflation and climate change and things that people are really afraid of. And it's like, look, here you are, and we're going to play the best game with the hand we've been dealt. There's another phraseology in the New Testament that I find particularly powerful in this respect. So if you don't like the mindset, play the best game with the hand you've been dealt, it's the same thing as this. There's a line in the New Testament that says that you are to be a good steward of what's been given to you. He who has been faithful in little will be faithful in much, and to whom much is given, much is expected. That goes to say, some of us have been dealt a crappy hand, and we have to deal with that. But in many aspects of your life, if you think, what am I grateful for? What have I been given? What didn't I really deserve, but I have it? And in those things, not only have you been dealt a good hand, but it becomes our responsibility to make the most of that. So my encouragement to you this week to play the best game is to look around. All of us have some negative things that we have to handle, some obstacles we have to overcome, some crosses to carry, and all of us are blessed far beyond what we deserve in this present moment, and we can make the most of those blessings. So I hope grittiness and grace for you and the difficult things, and I hope some gratitude and perhaps a little bit of fortitude in those awesome blessings that you have this week. Thank you guys so much for joining me in Better Daily Live this morning. Let's play the best game with the hand we've been dealt, and let's make the most of this week. And thanks, Robin. I'm really glad you're in the group too. You add a lot to us. I appreciate you. Guys, this has been Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. I'll see you tomorrow for Nutrition Tip Tuesday. It's going to be a good one. Until then, it's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for 1% Better today. Don't forget to subscribe for the podcast. Leave us a raving review to tell others how Better Daily has helped you in your journey. If you want more Better Daily, download our app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live. Use code POD to get 25% off your subscription. That's POD, all caps, to save 25% on your subscription. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.live today.